What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. Now, I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through a schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. First, we're going to be starting with a video titled Brazilian Police Foil Alleged Bomb Plot at Lady Gaga Concert. I didn't realize Lady Gaga was that relevant, but apparently they were going to try and do some bad things, but the Brazilian police did not allow it to happen. Good for them. Then we got a video titled Trump to Reopen Alcatraz for Most Ruthless and Violent Offenders. This has something to do with the judges constantly standing in the way of mass deportations because they want due process. I don't exactly know how that's going to change things. Maybe it's something about us being in possession of Alcatraz. I don't really know. Either way, then we got a video titled President Trump to make sports announcement. Now, we're not going to play the announcement itself. It's more or less because he took questions after the announcement, and this is the closest thing we're going to have to a press briefing today. So I figure why not. Then we got a video titled Trump Deportation. Trump administration offers $1,000 to border crossers who self-deport. I don't know why that is. Originally, they were talking about fining these people for every day they were here illegally. Now, apparently, we're going to pay them to leave. I don't really know how to feel about that. Then we got a video titled Trump Gets Feisty with Reporter when Pressed Over AI Meme Depicting Him as the Pope. Butthurt people. They just need some Bengay. Then we got a video titled Voters in Texas to Decide Whether Elon Musk Will Get His Own SpaceX-Run City. This is a twofer. We got another video paired up with this. It's titled Elon Musk Set to Have His Own City Called Starbase. Now, the first video is going to tell us all about the city. The second video is to tell you that they voted for it. And it's really interesting because in the first video, they demonize it and they claim, oh, no, nobody wants that. We don't want his city, blah, blah, blah. And then they turn around and voted for it. So, I don't know. Then we got a video titled Representative Jasmine Crockett gives advice to black students saying use a chair against haters. That's not directly what she said, but she can't help herself from sounding super trashy nonetheless. Then we got a video titled Panic Buttons coming to about 500 New York City bodegas. I don't really know what a bodega is, but now they're going to put panic buttons in New York City because the crime is so bad. Then the last little bit of the news is titled Lefties Losing It. Greta Thunberg's countrymen vandalized Tesla dealerships. Just give them 20 years each, do the thing. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We'll be opening today's door of the advent calendar that was sent to us by Hair Juicer. Then we got two funny videos of the day. First one's titled That Avalanche Isn't Going to Control Itself. And our official funny video of the day is titled What Is She Going to Do With That? All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com? What's up, Tori Wayne? What's up, Russell? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Snooks, you were first today. I appreciate you racing to the chat and everything you do for us, Snooks. What's up, Sage Pup? What's up, Mr. Satan? What's up, Let's Go Brandon? What's up, Plastic Quack? What is up, Rappy? And what's up, H-Big? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Let me see. I think we got everybody. What's up, Too Old to Care? Happy freedom to you. Hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Stifler's mom? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on the Goof Tube? What's up, Lucky? What's up, Visions? What's up, Hair Juicer? You're omnipresent. Appreciate you. Mr. Satan, you were first over here. What's up, Toy Mafia? What's up, Skulls? Happy freedom. And what is up, everyone over on X? Let's get this pulled up. Come on, chat. There we go. Happy freedom to you hooligans watching on X. All right, let's go ahead and get this first one started. Like I said, it's Brazilian police foil alleged bomb plot at Lady Gaga concert. I don't know. I don't know how they planned this. I didn't realize Lady Gaga was still making music. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick that we have these Trump was right about everything t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, dog tags, and we've made long sleeve shirts out of this design. Today I got on the Happy Freedom Hooligan badge tank top because it's like 80 degrees in here. I'm going to be dropping all the links, especially for the merch store, so you guys can get some merch like I got while we're watching this first video.
Joining us now to break this down is News Nation national security contributor Tracy Walder, former FBI special agent and CIA officer. Tracy, good to see you.
Thank you for having me, Natasha.
And Tracy, you spent 5 years as a covert operative for the CIA's Counterterrorism Center. Based on that experience, how serious do you believe this plot was? What details are standing out to you?
Well, first of all, major kudos to the Brazilian military and the Brazilian police for taking down this plot. You know, we don't know exactly when they learned of this, but this could have been very, very serious. Really, rampant, widespread extremism is a huge issue. And what we're really looking at here is actually a lone wolf attack. And those, and I've said this before on the show, are the most difficult ones to stop because it's essentially looking for a needle in a haystack. And the fact that they were able to stop this is exceptional.
Yeah, tell me about the potential implications here, because as we look at these images, I mean, this beach just absolutely crowded. It's remarkable, these images. How much damage could explosives in an environment like this done?
I mean, you're talking about over 2 million people into a very small space. I understand, you know, it's a beach, but you're into a very small space, which is actually quite porous. So you're looking at immediate damage, right? Had an explosive gone off, but then the widespread kind of panic that would have ensued and stampede that would have ensued would have hurt more people as well. There's essentially only a few directions you can go because the other direction is into the water. And this would have been catastrophic.
Are you surprised at the decision to let this concert go on and separately to not even tell Gaga or her team that something like this was going on behind the scenes?
So it's actually the latter that concerns me the most. Her security team, in my opinion, should have known of any of and all threats. Most security teams do conduct threat assessments, and that includes any intelligence information that would have come in through the police force. I do feel that Gaga and her team had a right to know that information, specifically because it was a viable threat. The next, obviously, would be letting the concert go on, and we know in the Taylor Swift case, it did not go on in Austria. I am surprised, especially in looking at the crowd and looking at security. Yes, they had drones. Yes, they had metal detectors. Yes, they had facial recognition. But 5,000 police officers for about 2 million people is actually not a lot. And I am very surprised, given the legitimate threat, that they allowed this to go on. However, I do want to say that we can't obviously live our lives based on how terrorists dictate it.
Yeah, is it possible to secure 2.5 million people with 5,000 officers in a setting like that?
In short, Natasha, no, particularly when, you know, you're looking at the scenes from the beach, right? When you have that, yes, of course, they have a Coast Guard that is protecting that sector, but it is, in my opinion, incredibly a porous border that you're looking at there.
When should officials inform the public versus withholding information in cases like this? It sounds like you agree with their decision not to incite mass panic and release this information ahead of time.
I agree and I disagree. I think in a situation like this, I do not see this as a scene that, in my opinion, really could have been secured in the way that I feel it should have been secured. So listen, I don't want terrorists dictating my life, but I am concerned that this concert was able to go on. I do not think if they had made the decision to let it go on, in my opinion, you don't want to tell the public prior to that because you would have had sort of this mass hysteria. Then because they let it go on, letting them know after was probably the right thing to do. But I vehemently disagree with the fact that Gaga didn't know.
Okay, and talk to me, because this isn't the first large-scale mega concert on Copacabana Beach. Madonna was just there last year. Do you think that this venue needs to rethink how they secure large-scale events like this?
In my opinion, yes, particularly now that we have this viable threat that has very much become public. I'm not sure that in this scenario, the beach is the right setting for this. It is extremely difficult to conduct security perimeters on the sand. People are coming in and out that aren't necessarily going through those metal detectors. And so we might want to look at more contained spaces, such as stadiums, amphitheaters, those kinds of things, where you have much more controlled egress and exit.
All right, Tracy Walder, appreciate you as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Foiled a terrorist attack at Lady Gaga's concert. It's really weird. When I was in Full Sail University for my music production degree, they would always brag about how great Lady Gaga was. I never thought she was that great, but for some reason people think she is. I think it's because she's so heavily in the production side of her music when most artists just sing the songs that are written for them. But I don't know. She just seems like a drug addict and a Satanist to me. She was at the inauguration, I believe, when old man Walter decided to go shit in the Oval Office for 4 years. She was there for his inauguration. But despite of my distaste for Lady Gaga, I'm still glad that they stopped a terrorist attack. That could have been terrible. Next up, Trump to reopen Alcatraz for most ruthless and violent offenders. This has something to do with the district judges constantly standing in the way of mass deportations. I'm not sure exactly why that matters, but either way, it's coming up next. First, we're going to read through the chat. See what you hooligans think about this Lady Gaga situation. What's up, Mac Daddy? Happy freedom. Russell, I'm glad that they foiled the terrorist plot. Yeah, me too. That'd have been not good. 2 million people were there, supposedly. Could have been terrible. Mac Daddy, Trump did it. Yep, that's what they'll say. Snuck, she's mediocre. Yeah, I don't think she's that great. I don't really know why people think she is. Little Irish, happy freedom to you. Gaga is evil. It was all a setup. I don't know if she's evil, but she definitely does a lot of Satanism stuff in all of her performances, her outfits, I mean, everything. What's up, Pumpkin? Happy freedom to you. Tony Rez was a free concert. That's why there's so many people. Yeah, and in foreign countries, I think it's a big deal when American celebrities go over there because 90%, and probably even more than 90% of media comes from America. So you see Americans get starstruck when they go to Hollywood and stuff and they see whoever may walk by and all of a sudden they just fall to pieces. Just imagine if you're from some foreign country and then all of a sudden you see that celebrity in front of you. So I think that's what the big pull is. Klaus Daniels has been getting into shit all day. Stoner, not the first time that Lady Gaga bombed? Yes. What's up, Plastic Quack? Happy freedom. 2 million people for Lady Gaga? I don't think so. Maybe 50K max. Yeah, I don't know. 2 million does sound like a lot for Lady Gaga, but I think it's just because it was in a foreign country. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. Free the Texan plus Brazil is a poor country. Yeah, so that makes it, even more likely to go see a celebrity for free. Probably ain't anything else going on over the weekend. Why not? Plastic Quack, Gaga was a student of Maria Abramovich. I'm sure I'm not saying that correctly. They're both evil. I don't know who that is. I'll have to Google that person. What's up, Zeus Boot? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Skulls? What's up, Ball? What's up, Lion's Heart? Happy freedom. What's up, Corey Luca? What's up, Kentucky? Happy freedom to you. What's up, We Grow? Happy freedom. What's up, Agent O? Visions that wacko Gaga is deep state? I wouldn't be surprised at all. There's certain people that they put in the music industry that just sits at the top for no reason. They have this kind of like sleight of hand that goes on. If you put music out and you put enough money behind it, you'll hear it on the radio and stuff. But then they have other people who they want to be on the radio. And they just play their songs until you learn the words. I bet you probably know 10 songs off the top of your head that you don't like that song. You don't choose to listen to that song, but you know all the words to the chorus because it's always on the radio and you got to hear it at work or you got to hear it while you drive. That's done on purpose. The music industry is very manipulated. What's up, Wayward? Happy freedom to you. That's right here, Juicer. Russell, you don't like Lady Gaga? Come on, man. You know you'd be singing those songs in the shower. Stoner Gross, there's a shapeshifter on Judge Judy. Guilty. Anyways, go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, this next one is Trump to reopen Alcatraz for the most ruthless and violent offenders. Like I said, this has to do with district judges standing in the way of mass deportations. Not really sure how this is going to make a difference, but they think it will, so we'll see how it goes. Hit that like button over on Rumble, as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Well, President Trump says he wants to reopen the notorious Alcatraz prison off the coast of California to house America's Worst of the worst.
Madeline Rivera is live in Washington with the details. Good morning, Maddie.
Good morning, guys. The president says he wants to reopen Alcatraz because he's frustrated with judges who have placed roadblocks on parts of his agenda, especially on immigration. The president saying on Truth Social, for too long, America has been plagued by vicious, violent, and repeat criminal offenders, the dregs of society who will never contribute anything other than misery and suffering. That is why today I am directing the Bureau of Prisons together with the Department of Justice, FBI, and Homeland Security to reopen a substantially enlarged and rebuilt Alcatraz to house America's most ruthless and violent offenders. The president was pressed about this when he got back to the White House last night. Here's what he said.
Just an idea I've had, and I guess because the judges, so many of these radicalized judges, they want to have trials for every single, think of it, every single person that's in our country illegally, that came in illegally. That would mean millions of trials, and it's just so ridiculous what's happening. And it's long been a symbol, Alcatraz. It's a symbol of law and order.
Alcatraz was used as a maximum security federal prison for nearly 30 years. It housed several well-known criminals, including Al Capone and George Machine Gun Kelly. The prison was closed in 1963 because it became too expensive to operate. Now it's a popular tourist destination with more than 1 million visitors per year. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi calls the president's proposal not a serious one. But is it even possible for Alcatraz to lose its designation as a historical landmark? Per the National Park Service's website, a property's historical designation can be considered for withdrawal at the request of the owner or the Interior Secretary, provided some criteria are met. Lawrence Ainsley and Brian.
All right. Thank you so much, Maddie.
Thanks, Maddie.
He was talking about.
Okay. So they're talking about reopening Alcatraz. I feel like if it's already a tourist destination, then wouldn't you think it'd be like incapacitated, that they would have removed half of the crap that you would need in order to turn it back into a prison? I've never seen it as a tourist destination. I just know that's usually how it goes. They don't want people to get injured or anything like that while they're on a tour. So I wonder what it would really take. How much money would it cost to bring Alcatraz back? And I don't really understand what the difference is between us sending border crossers to Alcatraz than anywhere else. I don't know if it's because we have ownership of Alcatraz, whereas if we send them to CCOT, that's in possession of El Salvador. I'm not really sure what the difference is. Maybe we just need more places to put border crossers. Right now, they're sending all the border crossers to Louisiana until they can figure out what to do about this delay for the mass deportation, because they're claiming that they want everyone to have due process. And like President Trump said in that video, it'd be millions of court hearings. We got 25 million illegals in the country. If they all deserve due process, that's 25 million hearings for illegals just to go, yep, they're here illegally, kick them out. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I believe in due process, but they need to find a way to do like speedy trial stuff. And like I said before, they should just do Zoom calls. They should just have a 10-second Zoom call for each inmate. Are you illegal? Yep. Okay, you're gone. That next, like real easy. It'd be real easy. So I don't know. We'll see which comes first, the mass deportation or the bringing back of Alcatraz. Next up, like I said, we got a video that was live earlier today, President Trump to make sports announcement. Now, after he made the announcement, he took questions from the press for about 11 minutes. This is the closest thing that we got to a press briefing, so I figured we'd go ahead and cover it. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump talking about bringing back Alcatraz. At first, I thought Alcatraz was the prison on Harry Potter. But that's Azkaban. So like when I first heard the story, I was like, what? How you gonna bring back something that ain't real? Nah, that was my fault. That was my fault. Mag Daddy, the way the judges are talking about it now, if they did these trials, some of these people would stay. Maybe they would try and make them stay. It just depends, because if they're here illegally, then they're here illegally. But if they are here under some existing program, they might make them stay. I just don't know what programs are still existing, because President Trump did away with most of them. But like Garcia was here under some asylum seeker program or something like that. He was supposed to be deported. They didn't deport him because he was afraid for his life that if he went back to El Salvador, other gang members would murder him. And because the threat was so possible, the judges had decided not to deport him and let him stay here illegally. Now, obviously, he was deported eventually, and I think it was years later. But if he was to stand in front of a judge today, they might say that he's supposed to stay because they have that possible threat that he's already declared years ago. So that's the thing, is they may try and do like semantics and worry about labels and goofy stuff. It just sucks that they want this to be here. Like, they want these illegals to be here so bad. Because if somebody broke into their house and they called the police and the police are like, oh, no, we're going to let them stay. Well, you'd be bent out of shape. You know, you wouldn't want strangers in your house. And these judges act like they don't know. You know, they're like, oh, no, illegals are good. Like, no, you wouldn't let them stay in your house. And they've proved that a lot. Even like during goofy little street interviews where they go up to liberals and they're like, you think illegals should be here? And they're like, yeah. Like, okay, so could we bring them to your house? Well, no. Oh, why not? Oh, well, I don't have room. I got kids. Yeah, so that's how all of us are. And then all of a sudden they don't want to talk anymore. They want to run away. And that's exactly how these judges are behaving. They act like they want illegals to be here, but there ain't no place for them. They're not supposed to be here. There's no room. There's no resources for them. They need to go home. It's annoying. 10 Man, happy freedom to you. It cost millions to get Alcatraz up to code. That's what I'm kind of thinking too. Thank you, Snooks. I appreciate the compliment. Russell, opening Alcatraz is not a bad idea, but would probably be too expensive. Yeah, I don't know. And I also don't want to house illegals. The thing is if we open it up to put, you know, American criminals in there, that's one thing. But when they're talking about doing it with illegals, why do we want to house illegals? Because even if they're in prison, we're still paying for them to be alive. It's like, it just makes more sense to get rid of them. And if they are criminals, send them to not Alcatraz, El Salvador, right? Send them to the CCOT. Stoner, that'd show them muggles. That's right, Stoner. That's right. Send them back to Azkaban. Stoner, we should send those primitives to Azkaban. I know. I shouldn't have brought it up, but yeah. For the good text on Alcatraz is the movie the prison in the movie The Rock with Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery. I've never seen that. I'm gonna have to Google it. You guys probably think I've never seen anything. There's so many good movies that I just haven't watched. I don't know why. Stoner, we need some MAGA judges to speed this shit up. I mean, we need something. We need people to stop celebrating over criminals. You know, it's just like Carmelo Anthony stabs a kid in the chest, kills him, stabs him right in the heart, and then he gets $500,000 in donations. And you stop celebrating criminals. Pumpkin, send him to the moon. That's right. Stoner, Trump knows his real estate. He does. Free the good text. I swear to God, Jeff hasn't seen shit. I know. I'm selective, I guess. I'm too selective. Isolated myself from movies. Thanks to you, hooligans, I got a whole stack of movies I need to watch, so get myself informed. Trying to get myself caught up with the rest of the class. What's up, Pag? What's up, Viola? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Pag, you're not a big fan of Lady Gaga? Yeah, me either. What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Jeff S? Happy freedom. Sees Disney cruise ships for ICE. Do they need to be back quickly? I'm not sure what you're talking about. The Disney cruise. Could you imagine if that got detained by ICE? Oh my God, the Blue News would never stop talking about it. They'd be like, President Trump was trying to deport Mickey Mouse. That's totally what they would be saying. What's up, Tactical? Happy freedom. Tactical. Citizens clutter the court system so by the time their court hearings come up, they'll be on to the next election or have taken the test to be legal and will vote Democrat. Yeah, it's true. What's up, Mana? Happy freedom. What's up, Elevidence? Happy freedom to you. Due process for illegal gang members? That's what the judges want. Doesn't make any sense to me, but it's what they want. Austin. Maria Ambrakovich is a self-professed witch and performing artist. No good. That is no good. Tactical. Put them in some submarines with screen doors. That'll show them. Russell, The Rock's a good movie. I'm going to look it up right after the live. The Irish, you got to see that one. Well, I'm getting good reviews so far. I'll have to put it on the wish list. Stoner, hell yeah, Nick Cage stopping that VA gas attack. You guys are talking me into it. What's up, Mike T? Happy freedom. What's up, Annie Bear? Happy freedom to you. All right. Now, let me check really quick. Okay, I do get it. I'll have to put it on the wish list. I got the rock on the reminder tab, though. Either way, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, we got a replay of a live from earlier today. President Trump was making a sports announcement. Now, I haven't actually heard the announcement yet because I don't really pay attention to sports. But either way, he did take questions from the press after his sports announcement. So let's see if I can figure this out. Of course, they probably cut the video, so now all my timestamps are wrong, but we'll see if I can figure this out. It is about 11 minutes long, but like I said, this is the closest thing we have to a press briefing today. Yes, they sure did. They cut the damn video. Oh well. Let me figure this out. Come on, man, do you think? Good enough. Okay, this should be the thing. This is President Trump taking questions from the press from earlier today. And like I said, we're covering this because this is the closest thing we have to a press briefing for the day. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Yeah, please.
Thanks, Mr. President. First, I just want to thank you for letting us in here. I'm with Zero Hedge, and the last administration banned us on social media, so we're really grateful to be in the White House. And this is not exactly sports related, but I've been dying to ask you this question for a long time, which is that 2.5 years ago, the Nord Stream pipeline blew up. Yeah. And despite what people like John Brennan and all the hawks said, you were one person who said Russia probably did not blow up its own pipeline.
If you can believe, they said Russia blew it up, yeah.
And so I'm wondering, now that you're president, if you would consider launching a formal investigation into what happened there and who actually did blow it up.
Well, probably if I asked certain people, I'd be able to tell you without having to waste a lot of money on an investigation. But I think a lot of people know who blew it up. But I was the one that blew it up originally because I wouldn't let it be built. And then when Biden got in, he allowed it to be built. And it's very interesting. But I think Russia, with the price of oil right now, oil's gone down, I think we're in a good position to settle. They want to settle. Ukraine wants to settle. If I weren't president, nobody would be settling. They're losing 5,000 people a day. Think of it. Here we talk about football. They're losing 5,000 people on average a week, mostly Russian soldiers and Ukrainian soldiers, 5,000 a week, not including people that are, killed as missiles go into areas that they shouldn't be. It's a very terrible thing, and I think we've come a long way, and it could be something will happen, but hopefully it will. As you know, President Putin just announced a 3-day ceasefire, which doesn't sound like much, but it's a lot if you knew where we started from, because they were not. We had a president that for 3 years didn't speak to Putin, and it all shouldn't have happened. This is a war that should have never happened, and you're going to be very disappointed when you find out the real number of people that were killed. It's far greater, many times greater, I believe, but far greater than the numbers that you're putting out. It's a very, very deadly, horrible war. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. President. Some Catholics were not so happy about the image of you looking like the Pope.
Oh, I see. You mean they can't take a joke? You don't mean the Catholics. You mean the fake news media. Not the Catholics loved it. I had nothing to do with it. Somebody made up a picture of me dressed like the Pope, and they put it out on the Internet. That's not me that did it. I have no idea where it came from. Maybe it was AI, but I know nothing about it. I just saw it last evening. Actually, my wife thought it was cute. She said, "Isn't that nice?"
My question about
Actually, I would not be able to be married, though. That would be a lot. I'd have to the best of my knowledge, popes aren't big on getting married, are they? Not that we know of. No. I think it's the fake news media that, they're fakers.
My question, though, sir, was about the fact that it was put out on the White House account. Even though it was AI generated, it was a joke, it was a meme. Does it at all diminish the substance of the official White House account to have it go out on that particular channel?
Give me a break. It was just somebody did it in fun. It's fine. Have to have a little fun, don't you? Yeah, please, go ahead.
Tell me about a program that's just been introduced to give undocumented immigrants living in the United States
About me?
$1,000 to self-deport. Can you just tell us a little bit?
Oh, the new program,
The new program.
We have millions of people that have come into this country illegally through an administration that didn't know what they were doing. They didn't have a clue. And now we find out officially they didn't because the president was incompetent, but I could have told you that before. And they've allowed millions and millions of people to pour in. Murderers, drug dealers, the biggest drug dealers in the world, actually, terrorists come in, emptied prisons from many countries, not just South America, all over the world. They emptied their prisons into our beautiful USA. And to get that many people out, 21 million people we think the real number is, but let's say 3 million of them are serious criminals. 11,888 murderers, many of whom murdered more than one person. It's hard to believe we have to even talk about this when we're talking about something so beautiful, but it's something we have to talk about having to do with the country because it's very important. So they came in by the millions illegally into our country. They just flowed in through an open border policy that was insane. And what we've done is we've offered, you know the numbers, but because we're taking them out by the thousands, we're being obstructed. It's very unfair what's happening because the court system it's very unfair. We have to get them out fast. These are bad people. These are people that are killing, and they've already killed many people in this country. Illegal immigrants that came in illegally through an open border policy, which is insane. We talk about common sense. That's not common sense. And they came in from the Congo, all over Africa, all over Asia, all over South America, parts of Europe. They flowed in and just walked right into our country. We had no idea who they were. 21 million at least. That's probably a low number. You know, you hear lower numbers than that. It's not. That's a low number. But many are really serious criminals and terrorists and people from jails. They emptied out jails. You know, Venezuela, their crime is down 72% because they took all the criminals off the streets and the gangs and they dumped them into our country. So we're getting them out. It's a very difficult thing with the courts because the courts have all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they said, maybe you have to have trials. We're going to have 5 million trials. Doesn't work. You wouldn't have a country left. But hopefully the Supreme Court will save it. But what they've done is a very, very serious thing. You know, past presidents took out hundreds of thousands of people when needed. You look at Eisenhower, you look at many of them, and they took people out and they didn't go through any of this. But what we thought we'd do is a self-deport, where we're going to pay each one a certain amount of money, and we're going to get them a beautiful flight back to where they came from. And they have a period of time. And if they make it, we're going to work with them so that maybe someday, with a little work, they can come back in if they're good people, if they're the kind of people that we want in our company, industrious people that could love our country. And if they're not, they won't. But it will give them a path to becoming, to coming back into the country. If they miss that limit, they're going to be taken out of our country. And they will never get a path to come back in, and it'll be a much tougher process. And it's called self-deportation. And by doing that, you're talking about so many millions of people. By doing that, we've taken out thousands of terrorists, drug lords. What we've done is amazing. And as you Tom Homan and Kristi Noem have done an incredible job. They really have done an incredible job. But it's a hard job. So we're going to have a self-deportation where they deport themselves out of our country, and we'll work with them, and we're going to try, and if we think they're good, if they have, the people we want in our country, they're going to come back into our country. We'll give them a little easier route. But if they don't work, and if we take them out after the date, then they're never coming back, and that's the least of the problems that they're going to have. Yeah, please.
What's your expectation for your meeting with the Canadian Prime Minister tomorrow?
I don't know. He's coming to see me. I'm not sure what he wants to see me about, but I guess he wants to make a deal. Everybody does. They all want to make a deal because we have something that they all want. We have something that they all want. China wants to make a deal very badly. You see what's happening to China. China's being decimated, and I don't want that to happen. but they have to make a fair deal. We were losing hundreds of billions of dollars a year. We were losing think of it, on our trade policies with Biden. We're losing $5 billion a day. I think Josh, as a great businessman, would not let that happen too long, right? How many groups could lose $5 billion a day? If you lose $5 billion one day, that's the end of that company, right? You're fired. He says, you're fired. Get out of here. So we essentially did that, and we have it down to a very low number. We're doing really well, really well. Yeah.
How did you decide to reopen Alcatraz? Can you walk us through that decision?
Did I say what?
To reopen Alcatraz. How will you use it? How did you come up with the idea?
Well, I guess I was supposed to be a movie maker. We started with the movie making, and we'll end. I mean, it represents something very strong, very powerful in terms of law and order. Our country needs law and order. Alcatraz is, I would say, the ultimate, right? Alcatraz, Sing Sing and Alcatraz, the movies. But it's right now a museum, believe it or not. A lot of people go there. It housed the most violent criminals in the world, and nobody ever escaped. One person almost got there, but they, as you know the story, they found his clothing rather badly ripped up, and it was a lot of shark bites, a lot of problems. Nobody's ever escaped from Alcatraz, and just represented something strong having to do with law and order. We need law and order in this country. And so we're going to look at it. Some of the people up here are going to be working very hard on that. And we had a little conversation. I think it's going to be very interesting. We'll see if we can bring it back in large form, add a lot. But I think it represents something. Right now it's a big hulk that's sitting there rusting and rotting. You look at it, it's sort of, you saw that picture that was put out. It's sort of amazing. But it sort of represents something that's both horrible and beautiful and strong and miserable, weak. It's got a lot of qualities that are interesting, and I think they make a point. Okay, are you guys okay? I want to just say that it's such an honor to be up here with my friends, because this is a group of people that have done an amazing job, and all we can do, Muriel and I, is give them the greatest site there is, I think, that I've ever seen for something like this. And I did very well in the real estate business. I think this is the greatest site there is anywhere in the world for exactly what you guys are doing. And we'll work with you. We've got a lot of work to do to get it going, but we'll work with you, and we'll try and make the dream come true. And I want to thank you all very much for being here. Thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to help the people of Gaza get some food. People are starving, and we're going to help them get some food. A lot of people are making it very, very bad. If you look, Hamas is making it impossible because they're taking everything that's brought in. But we're going to help the people of Gaza because they're being treated very badly by Hamas. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, President Trump from earlier today talking about a plethora of topics there with the press. I had to sneeze for a second, but it didn't happen. Anyways, like I said, that was the closest to a press briefing we're going to have. I forgot that they actually talk about Pope Trump in that video, so we're not going to make that redundant. I've already wiped it off the schedule. But I think that's funny. The fake news is all bent out of shape about Pope Trump. We knew that was going to happen. We covered it either for Free Speech Saturday or we covered it on Friday. Either way. Mad people being mad for the sake of being mad, because people like being mad, I guess. Being mad is like a drug. Then they talk about how Prime Minister, what is his name? Carney of the Carnival, the Prime Minister of Canada, coming to the White House tomorrow. That'll be interesting. I wonder how that's going to go. He was talking all that crap. He used his moment to celebrate his win in Canada to talk bad about President Trump. He's got a TDS and he just got into office. So, well, he better get used to it. Next up, Trump deportation. Trump administration offers $1,000 to border crossers if they self-deport. Now, I don't really like this idea. I don't want to give border crossers money to leave. We gave them money when they got here. I don't know. we were supposed to be fining them like up to like $1 million for every day that they were here illegally. And if they self-deport through the CBP One or the CBP Home app it's been converted into, then they might have a chance to come back. But if they get deported by Tom Homan, they can never come back. Well, it kind of seems like that's out the window. Now we're going to give them $1,000 to leave. I don't know. I don't really like that. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump, taking questions from the press. Russell, it'll be much cheaper to give $1,000 to self-deport people, approximately $4,500 for, I don't know, and $17,000 for normal deportation. I suppose, but giving them cash when they're here illegally, you know, it's like someone breaking in your house. You're like, here's $100. Will you please leave? I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. I think they should just be put on their head on the outside of the wall. Astrohammer, we're getting a big, beautiful ICE prison here in Michigan thanks to Gretchen Lewinsky. Yeah, that, you know, I don't know. I'm still waiting to see what's going to happen with that battery factory that they're trying to build here in Michigan. The people don't want it at all. They've been very loud and clear about it, but we'll see if Whitmer actually lets them build it or not. What's up, Josh 1776? Happy freedom to you. And there's the sellout. Letting them back is not America first. Yeah, I wonder what the details are of letting them back, because all the way up until this point, if they got deported by ICE, they could never come back. So I really wonder what the details are. Happy freedom to you, Astral Hammer. Russell, 2027 NFL draft in DC will be a good spot. What is the event, right? So what is the NFL draft? That's where they're picking members for their team, right? Like why announce that like at the White House? Why is that a White House announcement? Russell, for your information, never use baby oil to play naked slip and slide on the waterbed. Bad idea. Thank you for the right advice, Russell. Hair juicer, fuck Alcatraz being up to code. Just make sure the doors lock. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's getting a tetanus shot. If you think a Texan NFL draft is a big event, why is it a big event? I don't know anything about it. Like, I literally don't know anything about it. So, like, what makes it a big event? Winston, happy freedom to you. Rumor has it someone keeps playing smoke alarm beeps every time Crockett address. Hold on, yeah, let me find it. I meant to grab that video and I forgot. I probably have a whole bunch of videos on X I was supposed to grab. Today's been kind of a day. Let me see if I can find it, because that's actually a funny video. Bam. We're going to play this video just for funsies. Just because. Okay, so I haven't listened to the video yet, but I've seen a couple different copies of this clip, so I assume this is it. Someone decided to play... Oh my god, I can't even think what it's called. Smoke detector beeps while Jasmine Crockett spoke... I don't know, a couple days ago. This says 5/2. 3 days ago? I mean, we'll see. Either way, this is what happened.
Them say if, since we've been sitting here for I don't know how long.
Yes, I've been taking a tally.
Oh, okay. Can you show us? Can you tell us what the tally is?
More than 35 times, the Republican witnesses and Republican members of the committee have used the word if.
Thank you so much for that. Because honestly, if they would continue to say if or Hunter and we were playing a drinking game, I would be drunk by now.
Okay, so I've seen videos that are actually much longer than that, so I'm not sure how long they actually let that go on, but I haven't seen a clip of that video where she actually noticed it. Every clip I've seen, she just keeps talking over it and stuff, and I don't know if she can't hear it because maybe that's how it is at her house, or maybe she was ignoring it and didn't want to feed the trolls. I'm not sure, but it is kind of funny. It is kind of funny. Jasmine Crockett can't help but be super duper trashy. It's like she wakes up every day and gives herself self-affirmation. That's what it is. Affirmation that she's going to be a trashy piece of shit every day. Anyways, reading through the chat before we get into this next one. Once again, it is Trump offering $1,000 for border crossers to deport themselves. Russell, the battery's low on the detector. Yeah, the call's coming from within, from inside the house. Like I'm saying, I didn't, and maybe she did. Maybe eventually she heard it and got upset at it or whatever. But all the clips I've seen, she didn't even notice it. Everybody else did, but she didn't. Russell, it'll be at the mall in D.C., not the White House. Well, no, I wasn't suggesting that it was at the White House. I was trying to figure out why the White House is talking about what sports are doing. Hair Juicer, oh my God, it's a great day for me to whoop somebody's ass. Hair Juicer, I've been saying that all day. All day I've had people testing me for nothing. People like make their own life suck and then they're like, oh, fuck you, Jeff Mack. And I'm like, whatever. Fucking whatever. Let me help you out here, Juicer. I got the song bookmarked because I listened to it that much. Let me see here. Let me help you out. There you go, Hair Juicer. Play your theme song for the day. What's up, Break a Leg? Happy Freedom. Pumpkin, she's an idiot, you know. Yep. Free the Texan, that's hilarious. Cody, happy freedom to you. Chirp. Keep it all classy. Yeah. It'd be really funny if it was legit. If the smoke alarm in the hearing room, wherever the hell they were, was actually chirping, that would have just been extra. Mike T, drunk with power. Everybody on Capitol Hill. Free the Texas, you're smoking me. I can't say this stuff out loud, but you're hilarious. Free the Texan. Geez, Jeff only knows politics. Yeah, all day, every day. That's all I pay attention to. Brian, happy freedom to you. No baby oil on the waterbed? Now he tells me. Yeah. It's better than finding out the hard way. Cody, the tour guide. Our first stop is Nancy Pelosi's cell. Very nice. I wish. I don't know. At this point, I don't think elected officials are getting arrested. I just don't. Tom Homan kind of alluded to it last week. We'll see how that goes. But, I mean, we've been waiting like 5 or 6 years for Nancy Pelosi to get arrested, and she ain't. What are they going to do? They're going to bring her walker? She had a walker last time she was on the House floor. What's up, Tiger Jaw? Happy freedom to you. What's up, DEF CON? Happy freedom to you. Pumpkin, Alcatraz is haunted. Haunted by what? Yeah, 10 man. That's how I feel too. But every time I bring it up, everybody gets pissed. Russell, I'm glad I introduced you to that song. Yeah, Russell, it's a good song. Hair Juicer, are we having the same day? It sounds like we are having the same exact day. I wish you were closer. We would go drinking tonight. I'm talking about throwing up on yourself at the bar drinking. Like we would just, somebody would have to carry both of us out of there. Pag. I think she's just used to it. Yeah, Pag, that's what I kind of think too. She didn't even hear the chirp. What's up, Meta? Happy freedom. What's up, TBD? Happy freedom to you. Tony Rich, Clint Eastwood in Escape from Alcatraz. I have never heard of that. I'll have to Google it. You guys are always learning me new stuff. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Devin? Happy freedom to you. Devin, I can't hear it due to the large cheeks flapping and smacking while twerking. Jesus loves us, Devin. Yeah. Crockett needs to go sit down somewhere. Ball, her BBL be stankin'. I mean, you know, you didn't have to put it out there, but I bet it's true. What's up, ACB? Happy freedom. What's up, Tube Steak? Happy freedom to you. Let's see, Tube Steak. Dumb move. How about 10,000 for every American vet? I mean, yeah. They do so much worrying about illegals, but there's no worrying about what happens to vets. What's up above the trees? Happy freedom. What's up, Dickdom? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Not What It Seems? Not What It Seems. And the movie. Yeah, I didn't really like that President Trump was like, it's like a movie. Like, no, don't say that. We already think it's like a movie. Don't say that. Snooks, I'd be a designated driver for y'all. I'm telling you, we'd be throwing up in the car. We'd be hanging out the window. Thank you, Pumpkin. I appreciate the compliment. Break a leg. I bet it smells like corn dogs. What? Is that where she stores them? You guys. Stoners, sometimes they take the batteries out, so when the apartment is hotboxed for a blunt, the alarm doesn't go off. Had to do that the other day. That's funny because Break a Leg right above you says, I bet it smells like corn dogs. And then you say, I had to do that the other day. And then I had some concerns, but it's okay. Thank God I reread it. Tube Steak. My mother named me that. Well, it's a fine name, Tube Steak. It's a fine name. Wayward. I bet she has a BLT. I don't know what she has. You all are wrong. She's got a wiener. I knew it. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, Trump deportation. Trump administration offers $1,000 to border crossers that want to self-deport. That's $1,000 too much, in my opinion. Either way, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick, if you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chat on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up here. $1,000 to the first border crosser who wants to leave. And I don't think it's just $1,000. I think it's $1,000 plus the expense of you having to travel. I don't know. You guys want to get some traveling in for free? I think it might be a good time to declare that you might be undocumented. You know, I need a trip to Hawaii or something. Send me overseas. I don't know. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the Commie Tube, and let's get into this.
We are following breaking news as the Trump administration says that it will pay illegal immigrants $1,000 to voluntarily leave the country. I did want to bring some more details of this breaking news. This announcement today saying that the administration will pay immigrants in the United States illegally who have returned to their home country voluntarily. They will pay them $1,000. This as the Trump administration continues on its mass deportation agenda. The Department of Homeland Security issuing a news release moments ago saying that it will also pay for travel assistance and that the people who use an app called CBP Home to tell the government that they plan to return home, those will be deprioritized for detention and removal by immigration enforcement. Secretary Kristi Noem saying, quote, if you are here illegally, self-deportation is the best, safest, and most cost-effective way to leave the United States to avoid arrest. DHS is now offering illegal aliens financial travel assistance and a stipend to return to their home country through the CBP Home app, end quote. Now, President Trump has made immigration enforcement one of the key priorities, along with mass deportation of immigrants in the United States illegally, but it is costly and labor intensive. This comes as the Republican administration is pushing Congress for a large increase in resources for the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Department, the department responsible for removing people from the country. So I did want to share that breaking news, and I'm taking a look right now at the Homeland website right here. It says, quote, today, the Department of Homeland Security announced a historic opportunity for illegal aliens to receive both financial and travel assistance to facilitate travel back to their home country through the CBP Home app. Any illegal alien who uses this app to self-deport will also receive a stipend of $1,000 paid after their return to their home country has been confirmed through this app. That is a quote directly from the website of the Department of Homeland Security. They're calling this the first. And also this breaking news, and I'm reading this as I'm sharing this with you, according to the DHS website, an immigrant has actually already used this travel assistance to return to Honduras. So it does appear that one immigrant, they say, who came into the country illegally has already self-deported back to Honduras, and so will likely be receiving that $1,000 stipend right here. So we continue to follow this breaking news. We haven't yet heard as to whether Secretary Noem is actually going to be speaking about this at a press conference, but this just released moments ago as the Department of Homeland Security announcing that people coming into this country illegally will receive both financial and travel assistance to facilitate travel back to their home country through an app, and they will receive $1,000 paid after their return to their home country has been confirmed through that app. Any additional information, we, of course, will bring that to you.
Okay, $1,000 and we'll pay for your trip. I don't know. I mean, as long as by the end of this we have 25 million less illegals in the country, I guess. I mean, we sent all that money to the Ukraine, and we didn't get anything out of that. So, I mean, you know, $1,000 a person to have no border crossers here, I guess. It's going to cost money no matter what. I just don't like the thought of, like, handing them cash. Then we're going to wonder, like, I don't know. It's dirty. Like, it just seems unethical to a certain degree. We're going to give you cash to leave because you're here illegally and we can't find a way to get rid of you. I don't know. I don't like that. It's the nice way to do it, I guess. We're not barbarians. It's not like we're going to just take them out back, you know, and do away with them. Whatever. As long as we get all the illegals out of here and we can have a safer America, I suppose that's the way to go, right? Next up, voters in Texas to decide whether Elon Musk will get his own SpaceX-run city. Now, this is a twofer. We got two videos. The second one is Elon Musk set to have his own city called Starbase. Now, this first video is going to tell us all about the city that they're building and who's going to live there and things like that. The second video is after they voted for it. So they did vote it in. It is going to happen. But in the first video, they're going to talk about it as like, what if? Because they hadn't voted yet in the first video. I think the first video is like 6 days old or something like that. But we needed some context to, like, a reminder to say what is it that they voted on. So we got two videos. We're going to play them back to back. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about $1,000 per border crosser who self-deports. And there we got one. One person took advantage of it. I almost said one guy, but you know how I am with misgendering people. Every damn chance I can. Misgender everybody. Either way, reading through the chat. 10-man, that's messed up. Giving them money to leave. Screw that. Kick them little hobbits out. It's terrible. They do need to be kicked out, though. I don't know. You know, rip them out of their little huts and throw them on the other side of the wall. That's the way to get it done. But gotta be nice. You might hurt the left's little feelings. Josh 1776, they should pay bounty hunters $1,000 for every person they drag to Mexico. That's an idea right there. Heretics or fuck no, charge them $10,000. Like I'm saying, a week ago or something, we covered a video where they were talking about putting fines on border crossers, and it was daily, all the way up to like $1 million or something. And then someone was like, no, don't charge them fines. No, give them money to leave. I don't know who came up with that idea. Russell, roughly $4,500 for self-deportation, $17,000 for normal deportation. It's much cheaper. Yeah, it is cheaper. It's just if they were being deported, they wouldn't be nobody'd be handing them the money to deport them. They'd be like the people to El Salvador, where they're like all hunched over and they're in chains and shit. And yeah, it would cost more, but they're not being given money. In this instance, we're giving them money. They're going to come back with fentanyl on them or something. They're like, hey, thanks for the free cash. I don't know. As long as they go, that's all that matters. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom. Sage Pup. I think the catapult at the border is much cheaper and much more fun. Aim for the cactus. I mean, it might be. That's a long line of 25 million there, though. Pumpkin, I'd do it if I was illegal. I mean, yeah, $1,000 is $1,000. And just about everywhere you go, you're going to have more than $1,000 when you show up. Break a leg, you crack me up. Stoner, gotta catch 'em all. Don't get me started. I want to be the very best. That's my ass to be out there looking like Ash Ketchum. I would. I'd be getting it. Pumpkin, 1 down, 20 million to go. You're not wrong. Sub-Zero, happy freedom. Free the Texan, hear me out. They say you got to register with the current address that you're at to get the $1,000. But instead, ICE shows up with no money. I mean, what if that's what it was? What if it was a big game? They're like, you get $1,000 for self-deportation. Just tell us where you are. And then they just show up and pick you up for free. That's a good one. That's a good one. Maybe that's what they're up to. I could respect that. Little Irish, give them money and then fine them. Damn, that sounds just like our government. Here's $1,000. You now owe us $20,000 for having to assist you during your deportation. Meta, the advantage is they give up their rights to due process. $17,000 to deport versus $1,000 to use the app. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Meta, where's the $1,000 coming from? Been researching all morning trying to find out. It's coming from us. We're paying that money. I'm sure of it. A trap for them violating their rights? Well, I don't know about their rights. Yeah. As long as they go. As long as they go, that's all I care. Thank you so much, Afro Man, for continuing the membership over on Twitch for 13 months. You're officially a hooligan. And I appreciate you, Afro Man. Thank you so much. You're a badass. What's up, Dean? Happy freedom. Tactical, how many times will they sneak back in order to get that $1,000? That's a good question, but I assume if they, well, yeah, what does it matter? I was going to say they have to register, but if you're undocumented, you could just show up and say you're somebody else. Today I'm John. Tomorrow I'm Steve. The next day I'm Andrew. I mean, that won't work when you're not pale white like me, but either way, you know what I mean. It's a hard one. We'll see if they abuse the system. Why wouldn't they? They didn't follow the laws to begin with. Devin, I can't believe that people think it's okay to pay illegals. I can't believe that the fight is so hard. I thought that all we had to do was vote in President Trump and we cleared that problem up. Nope. Yeah, Cheeky Chops, all it takes is a little sunlight. Then they'll be trying to deport me. It's because the Italian in my genes. Doesn't take a whole lot. Wayward sounds like BS to me. Yeah. Snooks, just please don't say that you're Snooks. Why? You want your $1,000, Snooks? Is that what you're saying? All right. For the Text, I'm sure they'll have a picture database that they all touch themselves to. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. It's in my genes. Meta Doge money? Man, you know, I that could be. It could be. It could be the Doge money. It's all our money. What's up, Spirit Matter? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans, let's move forward. Let me see where we are. Oh, yes, we got back-to-back videos. This first one's titled, Voters in Texas to Decide Whether Elon Musk Will Get His Own SpaceX-Run City. Spoiler alert, they voted for it. Second video, Elon Musk set to have his own city called Starbase. All of this is coming up next. But first, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and you're using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We got chapstick emojis, screaming goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Like I said, we got 2 videos here. Let me just pull them both up. It'll just be easier that way. Now you hold on, lady. I ain't ready yet. Anyways, once again, this first one is titled Voters in Texas to decide whether Elon Musk will get his own SpaceX-run city. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Just miles from the U.S.-Mexico border, a statue bearing Elon Musk's likeness gazes over a wild Texas landscape that may soon be the country's newest city, Starbase. The name, a nod to Musk's SpaceX vision to bring humans to Mars using Starship, the world's largest rocket, and this is the launching site. This weekend, a vote will decide whether to incorporate the sprawling SpaceX campus here into an actual city.
I think it's exciting that there's the possibility that a group of people are going to make that step to self-determination.
Just 283 people within the proposed city boundaries are eligible to vote, most of them SpaceX employees or related or affiliated with one, including SpaceX CEO Elon Musk himself, who lives here on Meme Street. Quintessential Musk humor. Winning the vote would give SpaceX a lot more control over how it builds up the area. Voters would also elect a mayor and 2 commissioners. The candidates, all SpaceX employees. For some who live in the region, their interests, a conflict with those outside.
There's a fear of us being displaced or our cultures being kind of stomped on as we become part of like a larger entity.
County official Remy Garza says he's hopeful the move could revitalize the community.
The different indicators of increasing population, increasing activities, people, moving about their lives and making decisions for themselves is great.
But one major sticking point, the popular Boca Chica Beach, steps away from the launch pad. The county shuts down the entrance on launch days. Texas lawmakers are proposing a bill that would transfer that power to the future mayor of Starbase on weekdays, something Cameron County Judge Eddie Trevino opposes.
Right now, the way the law reads is Cameron County has that controlling authority. Any change to that we think is unnecessary.
The launches of Starship can be violent.
Rocks. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like this one in 2023 that sent debris smashing into nearby vehicles, later exploding in midair, raining down debris and sparking a 3.5-acre wildfire in a neighboring state park. And in 2024, SpaceX faced penalties from state and federal regulators for releasing pollutants into the water there, violating environmental regulations. SpaceX said in an August 2024 post on X in part that they, quote, remain committed to working with our local and federal partners to be good stewards of the environment. Environmental groups and residents speaking out against the impact of SpaceX launches.
Whenever there's launches, like our whole building shakes. I think closer to the island, people have like their windows breaking.
Others concerned about the effect a so-called company town could have on the community.
We understand that company towns have historically never been a good thing.
NBC News has reached out to SpaceX for comment, who haven't immediately responded. Still, many here think the potential for the future of spaceflight outweighs the concerns.
Working in collaboration to protect the public safety and also allow SpaceX to succeed to get us back to the moon and potentially to Mars, that should be a win-win. That should be our goal.
A new city to tackle a new frontier.
Marissa Parra is joining us from just outside the possible future Starbase, Texas. I have so many questions with such little time.
We all do.
What is the potential timeline for this thing to get up and going? And, we talk about kind of possible elected officials, mayors. We saw kind of the potential ballots for these things. Would there be commerce? Would there be stores? I mean, would it be kind of like this mini city?
We're all going to find that out, Jasmine. And I don't think anyone knows the answer to that. And of course, just to provide a little bit of context, you can see some of the SpaceX operations and what happens to the road that I'm standing next to, all of these lands around where these launches happen, is going to depend on tomorrow's vote. So far, by the way, it is looking pretty favorable that this could and will pass, because 60% so far have thrown in their ballots. That's for early voting. And by the way, typically turnout for something like this is 5 to 10%. So 60% is a large percentage of people. But again, we're talking about 280 people in total. It's a very small sample size. But what we are going to see is, if this does pass, we'll find out sometime after 7 p.m. local time here, Central Time. And then the local government, SpaceX employees, if they are elected, they will hold a meeting sometime in the next several weeks to months to decide the timeline, as well as what it would all look like. Hospitals, police departments, fire departments, that's all to be determined. But it ain't over till it's over, Jasmine.
And I'm sure we're going to be learning a lot more about it.
Thanks for watching. Stay up.
Okay, so that's the first of 2 videos here talking about Starbase. We're going to go ahead and get into the second video, and then we're going to hop in the chat. This is titled Elon Musk set to have his own city called Starbase. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
The tech billionaire Elon Musk could be about to get his own city. It consists of a 4 square kilometre area on the southern tip of Texas, where Mr. Musk operates his SpaceX company. Residents, most of which are SpaceX employees, held a vote, and 97% approved the area as a new municipality. Only 6 people opposed. Once official, the city will be known as Starbase.
All right, so like I said, they did vote it in. It is now going to be a thing. Elon's going to have his own city. You think you get banned? Like on X, you say the wrong thing, he's like, you're out. You are now homeless. I like how in the first video, they spend the entire video demonizing the idea. Every twist and turn in the story, they're like, yeah, we hate him. We hate what he does. We hate his employees. We hope he doesn't do it. And then they all voted for it. And now he's going to do it. So I assume once this actually gets into production, they get things rolling here, they'll be bitching about it. There's something called Epic City that's happening in Texas as well. It's supposed to be like a Muslim-only community. It's supposed to be like 400 acres or something crazy like that. And they're worried about them practicing, I think, Sharia law there. It is hard to get a good video on that because so much of it is speculation. And so I keep seeing people bring it up, but there just isn't anything solid to cover yet because they're just assuming what is going to happen. But having these segregated communities, unless it's an HOA, I don't really understand that, like why we're going back to segregation. But either way, it's very interesting. Next up, Representative Jasmine Crockett gives advice to black students saying use a chair. And in the title it says against haters. Now she doesn't literally say that word for word. She does say use a chair, but she doesn't say use a chair against haters. I guess whoever wrote that title was taking some creative liberty there, but she does sound trashy nonetheless. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Elon's Starbase city. Let's see. There we go. One second. All right. Geez, hair juicer, you are having a day. I am sorry to hear that. Josh 1776, Elon is really getting his money worth from the donations to Trump. I don't know, and I assume there's going to be a lot of that too, saying that Elon's getting favoritism and all of that. Maybe it is the case. I don't know. I'm pretty interested to see what happens with the Starbase city, though. Russell, I love the fact that they're going to incorporate Starbase. It's going to be interesting. I know that. For the Texan, yes, you have to be Muslim to live there. Yeah. I think it's called Epic City. Bill Clay, first to city, dens the world. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We're going to see a Elon takeover. Maybe with his Tesla bots. Maybe that's how he's going to do it. Pumpkin, I like the clickety keyboard. Not everybody's a big fan of my mechanical keyboard, but I like it. A little ASMR there. The Irish, sign me up. I think it'd be cool to go be at Starbase. Sage Pup, I bet 6 people just got fired from SpaceX. Definitely could be. Pumpkin, terrorist protesters, they're everywhere. Yeah. Well, and they soften the blow of their cry. To go out there and bitch about everything makes protesting much less effective. Too old to care. Elon shown is weird. Yeah, the image and the statue that they had in that video, it's like a Picasso version of Elon. Very weird. Happy freedom to you, too old to care. Cody, Meme Street is the new Main Street. Yes, it is. Pumpkin, I bet they have fun there. Or else. That's probably how it goes. Break a leg Robocops. So you stick a magnet to their head. Astro Hammer, we love our mechanical keyboards. Yeah. It's the best way to go. You crack me up, Meta. Master Meatball. Yeah, the ads seem to be bothering people over on Twitch. I don't know if they're just going crazy with the ads on Twitch or what. Master Meatball, that's a darn ugly drawing of Elon. It looks kind of two-faced. It's very strange. I wonder if he put it up or if like the mad protesters put it up. You guys are chirping in the chat over on YouTube. You guys are hilarious. Lone Wolf live in his $10,000 homes. Yeah, and I bet they're not built any better than everything else out there. The houses being built right now are trash. There's a new like cul-de-sac up the road from where I am. They're building like 40 new houses in this private area. And people were saying that they were trying to give them to border crossers. But now that we got the mass deportation going on, I'm not sure who's buying those houses, but I have seen them listed for sale for $250,000. They're single-story, 2-bedroom homes in the middle of fucking nowhere where I live. And like I said, $250,000. And they look like cardboard houses. Everything looks so cheap. It just, I don't know. It's cheap crap, the way they're building houses right now. What's up, Rhonda? Happy freedom. Devin, go live in a town where rockets are taking off. Some people are about that life. What's up, Lone Wolf? Happy freedom to you. Hooligans Island, happy freedom to you. Jeff should have worn his cowboy hat for the occasion. I didn't realize. It's very special events where I break out the cowboy hat there. What's up, Xterra? Happy freedom. I'm waiting for Planet X. There already is a Planet X, isn't there? Didn't it pass by us a couple years ago? What's up, Prop Patriot Girly? Happy freedom to you. Hooligans Island, there's going to be a new sheriff in town. Yes. Wayward, I'm repping Starbase. Yeah. What block you from? I'm from Starbase. What do you mean? Josh 1776, they are going crazy over on Twitch. I think it's because Twitch is dying. That's why. Their censorship and all their nonsense. I think that's why they're running ads the way they are. What's up, Zero? Happy freedom. Josh 1776, it's Killdozer time. Yes. Master Meatball, Planet X, Nibiru, yeah. And weren't people all like worried about it a couple of years ago? Now I don't ever hear about it. Cody, the song by the B-52s. You talking about Love Shack? That's the only song I know that they sing. Master Meatball, the Nibiru Cataclysm is supposed to be, is a supposed disastrous encounter between Earth. That's what I was hearing, but it's been a long time since I heard about it. Cody, a cul-de-sac. Yeah, I'm really interested to see who all moves in down the street here to see what that's like, because it's dusty out here. People just do whatever they want to out here because there's nobody here. Like, I live in the middle of nowhere, and they just put 40 new houses just down the street, and it's one way in, one way out. They think it's going to be some HOA or some cul-de-sac. It's going to turn into the projects. That's what it's going to end up being, but whatever's whatever. I don't worry about it. Thank you for letting me know, Snooks. Josh 1776. It's just a slow day because it's Monday. That's how it goes. The Anunnaki, Master Meatball, you're going to get my live banned. The Anunnaki's going to press the button on me. For the Texan, Twitch is dying. Armin's Gold. Is that what it is? I think so. And a bunch of other big streamers talk about the apocalypse. The stream apocalypse. I don't know. Twitch has never done very good by me. I mean, they just started censoring me and stuff, but I've never been able to get traction on Twitch. I don't have tits, and I'm not sitting in a swimming pool writing usernames across them for donations. And that's the only way you can go big on Twitch. You got to have boobies, and I don't. I just don't. I'm not fun like that. Defcon, a new yucky. Yeah, what do they call it? The ick. Stick it in her ick. Jesus loves us, Meta. The hairball medicine is a prescription that my vet prescribed. My feline is gone, so working on a substitute to send so you can grease your kitten. Yes, Meta. Well, I appreciate it. I wish Klaus Daniels had come to work today. I don't know what he's doing. He sounds like he's destroying stuff in the back room. What's up, Rumble? What's up, Rich? Happy freedom. I was reading what Master Meatball said. My bad him. Jesus loves us. Can I not talk? Is today Cinco de Mayo? I keep seeing you guys saying stuff, but I can't figure it out if it's true. It's Cinco de Mayo today? Corey Luca, I heard there's some fun times this weekend at Double J Ranch. See anything about that college kid at Double J Ranch? What day is it? It's May. Electric Forest is coming, but I don't think that's this weekend. I'm not sure what you're referencing, Corey Luca. I haven't heard anything about any college kid nearby. Steve S., they say HOA, and I say see ya. Yeah, oh yeah, I would never live in an HOA. I can't stand living in subsidized housing. I wish I didn't have to. But all rentals where I live are all subsidized. There is no way to get just a regular rental here. Devin, May the 5th? Yesterday was May the 4th. Steve S., it can be. Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is the 5th of May. Oh, yeah, it's today. Yeah. Everybody's getting drunk. That's all I know. That's all I know it happens. I don't know anything about Cinco de Mayo other than you get drunk today. But if you get drunk every day, then every day is a holiday. What's up, Ohana? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Watch with Wayne? Happy freedom to you. Man, HOA, sleep with your garbage. I don't know. I don't want anything to do with an HOA. Wayward Cinco de Porto. Mm-hmm. Watch with Wayne. I'm doing all right. How are you doing? Hair Juicer. Electric Forces the last week of June. Oh, they must have moved it. It used to be the second week of May. Thank you for letting me know, Hair Juicer. I wish I could go. I don't have the money to go, though. It's too damn expensive. Well, if it's Cinco de Mayo, then why aren't you guys drunk? Maybe you are drunk. Are you guys just waiting on me? Astro Hammer, we don't need no excuse to eat tacos. I know, I keep telling her, but she won't take her pants off. What's up, Giggling Spy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kirsten? Happy freedom to you. Told Akira yesterday, may the 4th be with you. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Master Meatball, oddly, as much as I love Mexican food, I don't trust eating there as a white guy. I don't know. I never really worry about that stuff. Maybe I should, but I never have. Sage Pup, I'm ready to go live off grid again. Yeah. For the Texan, I'll be living in subsidized housing. Well, hopefully they treat you better than they do us. They do a bunch of illegal stuff with us. They'll come tape a note to our door instead of actually mailing it through the mailbox. That note on the door will be a week old. Like the date on it will be from last week, and they just stuck it on the door today. So what they could potentially do is they could put a note on the door saying, hey, on the 5th, we're going to come into your apartment and do a bunch of stuff. And then the date on the paper will be from the 1st, but they stuck it on the door today. And so you just get a knock on the door and you're like, what the fuck? What are you doing? They're like, oh, we're coming in. No, you got to give me notice. They're like, your notice is on your door. You're like, I was just outside. You just stuck this on the door. They're like, we don't know what you're talking about. Now get out of the way. And that's like, it is so illegal, the shit that they do here. They lie about everything. When we have to renew our paperwork, the date on the paperwork, which is like a lease information, like contractual documentation, will be from 3 months ago. All the dates are predated for 3 months ago. And I'll call them. I'm like, why is these dates from October and it's December right now? And they're like, oh, don't worry about that. Just fill it out. I'm like, I hate living here. Like, I do. I hate living here. I just can't afford to live anywhere else. Snooks, you die in the heat at Electric Forest? Yeah. Usually I'm too fucked up to realize I'm sweating to death, but yeah. 10-man predated? Yeah. They lie so much around here. I wish I was an attorney. I'd make all my money just suing the shit out of people. Master Meatball, record it, post it on YouTube. I could. Yeah, I'll resume it is. It is super sketchy. For the Texan, I don't drink. I'm about to eat an enchilada soon, though. I mean, it's just as good for you. Thank you, Texan. Josh 1776, come to Mount Pleasant, college town, cheap pads. I know all the best places, and you can have a real peephole. I can't move that far away. I gotta stay where I'm at. I got responsibilities and stuff. Maddie, you crack me up with that. Rich, tell Wayne Rich says hi. Wayne, Rich says hello. Lone Wolf, go build a covered shelter out in the woods. Oh, the government would figure out how to screw me somehow. They'd be like, did you build a structure out in Manistee National Forest? I'd be like, yeah, you're under arrest. Potential conspiracy to terrorism. Like, what? Steve S. Klaus keeps Jeff on a short leash. Yeah, I can't go too far. I'm his emotional support animal. Wayward, I noticed a lack of landscapers when I was out working on pools today. We got to fill those jobs, Wayward. It's up to us. 10-man, no, I don't know who the owners are. We go through some rental agency. I'm not sure who the owners are of these buildings. Zero, and a casino in Mount Pleasant. Yeah, I go to the casino in Manistee every once in a while. It's not that far away, a couple hours. Josh 76. Go to the UP. There's parts that hasn't been a cop or federal agent for 50 years, middle of buttfuck nowhere. Yeah, that's true. The UP is kind of, it's not desolate, but it's definitely undeveloped out there. Cody, I don't know what you're talking about. Ohana, take Ohio and Michigan back from the corrupt Democrats. Yeah, we need to be liberated. This area shouldn't be as blue as it represents. We're going to go ahead and move on to this next one. Like I said, Representative Jasmine Crockett gives advice to black students saying, use the chair against haters. Now, again, I don't think they should have wrote it like that because that's not what she said. But she does sound like a trashy dumbass. She just can't help herself. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
There are going to be people that tell you that you don't belong, and I am here to tell you over and over and over that you absolutely belong. There are people that are going to tell you that there is not a table in which there is a seat for you, but I am here to remind you of Montgomery and those folding chairs. Let me tell you that we know how to use a chair, whether we pulling it up or we doing something else with it. Let me be the first one to tell you that I know that y'all are ready to put your boots on the ground. That's your cue. There we go. Hey.
You ready? Where them fans at? Where them fans at?
There are going to be people.
Okay, so we're going to listen to this trashy message once again, but look at the black dude in the back on the left, right? Left side of the screen there. Listen to her make a fool of herself, and then look at his expression.
People that tell you that you don't belong, and I am here to tell you over and over and over that you absolutely belong. There are people that are going to tell you that there is not a table in which there is a seat for you, but I am here to remind you of Montgomery and those folding chairs. Let me tell you that we know how to use a chair, whether we pulling it up or we doing something else with it. Let me hear
Look at his face. He's like, the fuck she just say? Yeah, let's go to college. Let's talk to a bunch of students that are about to graduate, and let's tell them, hey, if you don't get your way, start hitting people with chairs. What? What? I think they're starting to worry about losing their federal funding. They're going to keep having Democrats show up saying, hey, let's do a call to action. It's completely unnecessary. President Trump just spoke at Alabama's graduation. He didn't say, hey, if you see Democrats out there, try and deport them too. You know, like he wasn't like, throw the chair. Like, stupid. So stupid. You're going to have a guest speaker at your college and they're talking about using violence to get their way. Very nice. Very nice. Next up, panic buttons coming to about 500 New York City bodegas because crime is so bad in New York City that picking up the phone and calling 911 just isn't quick enough. You got to hit the panic button like you're in a jail cell and you're about to get your ass whooped. It's no good, but I mean, I guess at least they're doing something in New York. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about trashy ass Jasmine Crockett. Your juicer. I don't know if everybody will be able to see this on the live or not. Chair, give him the chair. They all want that until it's time to use the chair against them, you know. A chair for a chair. They don't like that. Killdozer Russell. I like that. Not everything is racism. Sure. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'll have to send that to Alistair. Thanks for the idea, Russell. Tell man, he knows she's lying. Yeah. Josh Timpton 76. I'll have to check it out in a second. Russell Crockett's such a bad person. Yeah, she doesn't have to be. It's like her whole persona now. She's like, I need to be trashy as shit. I don't know why, though. Here, Juicer, why is she wearing a cap and a gown? Because that's the only way she's going to pretend that she graduated from anything. Russell, a bodega is a convenience store. Thank you for letting me know. I wasn't really sure what a bodega is. I'll never hear about bodegas around here. Rappy, let me tell you, girl. Mm-hmm. Cody, you go, girl. You be you. Yeah. Throw the chair. Mike T, cute when she ghetto talks. Is that what it is? Pumpkin, she's an idiot. Yeah, she is an idiot. Tony Rez, them fake eyelashes weighing her eyes down. I know, they kind of make her look cockeyed, like, you know, like, I can't, those little dogs, you know, they look up and they're just like, doop, like they're offline for a second. That's how she'd be looking. Stoner, Little River Casino? Are you talking about Manistee? Yeah, that's where I go. I think it is. I think it's Little River. Cody, the professor in the background, spells it all. Yeah, exactly. Free the Texan, the victim mentality is insane. It's their whole identity. Free the Texan. I'm a Texan, and Mexican food does nothing to me bad. It's a good way to be. Mexican food is so good. What's up, AR16? Happy freedom to you. Here, Juicer, what is this? Mom says I'm special. Yeah. Yeah. There's just not a thought behind those eyes. Russell, we got high wind and heavy rain. Stay safe, Russell. It's hot and humid here right now. It's terrible. And I gotta have all the windows closed because there's kids outside screaming and banging on the slide. I mean, it's better than them, you know, staring at an iPad or whatever, but too loud for the live. Meta, I don't know if I could say it or not. When Twitch and YouTube's around, I have to be cautious of the things I say. Pag, this hood rat. She's not even a hood rat. She was born with a silver spoon in her mouth. It's just a facade that she puts on. Pag, she's a wannabe hood rat. Yeah, she's faking. She's a faker. Cheeky Chops, start pimping, Jeffrey. It's not easy, Cheeky Chops. It's not easy. Devin, musical chairs. Mm-hmm. To my wop. Steve S, special. Your mom is just trying to talk his price up. Yeah, probably right. What's up, Corn Pop? Happy freedom. She's actually a graduate and has a law degree, but ratchet is ratchet. Yeah. I bet her hoo-ha stinks. You know what? It's not Saturday, but it still feels like it. I gotta be careful of what I say. Too damn honest. Too honest. You guys want real honesty? You should go join the website. Go to jeffmaclive.com. You can join us Fridays in the voice chat after the live. It's a lot of fun, but we're real honest. Zero. He's faking, dirty little faker. That's what I'm saying. Dirty little faker. Plus all these gifts and stuff I'm showing you guys is posted in the chat on the website. I'm telling you, do the thing. Oh, you know what? Now that I just reminded myself. I don't think I've told anybody this. Silver Wolf is the only person that knows because, well, he found out on accident. Can I show you the thing? I can't show you the thing. We have a new website membership category. You can now join the website for free. You will only have access to your profile, your timeline, and the forums. You will not have access to the live chat, the advanced messaging system, or Hooligans Alley. You have to have a paid membership for that. But this is a way for you to go experience the website for free. You will have a diet version of access, but it's a good way to start things. So definitely go to jeffmaclive.com, get yourself a free membership, and decide how you like things, because I'm telling you, the paid membership is worth it. Anyways, reading through a little bit more, and we'll go ahead and get to this next video. Josh 1776, Pimp Out Klaus, $50 for 30 minutes of petting. It's worth it. I don't like people petting my furry cat, though. You know, I keep thinking about maybe selling some Klaus toe pics on the OnlyFans or something, you know. Get them Klaus toes out there. He won't know. It's a little unethical, but $50 is $50. We'll see how it goes. Zero, it's not Saturday. I know. I can't help myself. That's why I'm not drinking for Cinco de Mayo. That's no mayonnaise for me, okay? No Cinco de mayonnaise. Tony Rez 58, rainy out here in Salt Lake today. It's not too bad. 58's not too bad. Right now the humidity is what's kicking my ass. I look like a greasy homeless person. I'm just one shit away from on the sidewalk from looking like I'm from San Diego. Just saying. Free the Texan. I can't say it. I need to stop with all the inappropriate talk in front of sensitive YouTube and Twitch. Get my live thrown out. Hey, thank you for being here, Rappy. Enjoy the rest of your day. For the Texan, Crockett graduated from the University of Houston Law Center. I'm going to need chicken bacon today. I can't believe she graduated from anywhere. Did she go the way of the Harris? Knee pads and all? Josh 1776, you're on to something. Meta, your old device doesn't work on the website. Have you tried it? I wonder why it's not working. It should be compatible with all devices. Man, I go shirtless again. No, I can't. I can't pull my tits out for you guys anymore. YouTube's too damn sensitive. It was fun while it lasted, though. You hooligans are cracking me up. Alright, let's go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, panic buttons coming to about 500 New York City bodegas.
Mayor Eric.
They're doing everything they can to keep crime down, except for holding criminals accountable. Forcing their laws and stuff. Nah. Why enforce the laws that they pass? That just doesn't make sense. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
Mayor Eric Adams answered the calls for more security at bodegas across New York City. He directed more than $1 million in funding to equip hundreds of bodegas across the 5 boroughs with silent shield buttons that call the NYPD in the event of an emergency. Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson spoke to a bodega worker after the announcement.
Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
United Bodegas of America spokesperson Fernando Mateo is elated. Potentially life-saving technology he's been pushing to get put in bodegas for years is now a go.
The money's being allocated. We will ask the mayor to try to find it from discretionary funds so that we can start tomorrow. There's no reason why we can't start tomorrow.
Today, Mayor Eric Adams announced $1.6 million will be set aside for silent shield technology, so-called panic buttons. The move comes after a series of recent violent incidents, some deadly, inside bodegas in the 5 boroughs. Here, a gang of suspects dressed up like NYPD officers stormed into a store in Bed-Stuy, roughed up the workers, and robbed them. Inside this bodega in Inwood last month, 2 employees huddled in a corner as a knife fight broke out right in front of them. A 24-year-old was killed. Under the new initiative, if something serious goes down, all workers have to do is press the button and officers in the local precinct will be alerted.
When you do the combination, it's going to give you access to the cameras in the store to see what is taking place and how we could get an immediate response.
Here at Sal's Deli on the Lower East Side, Abdul welcomes the new program.
People got shot, killed. Sometimes you got robbed, and the police never responds quick. They always come like 3 or 4 hours late.
The new technology will go into roughly 500 bodegas here in the city, but in a strategic move, the locations will not be announced. Kimberly Richardson, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Well, we'll see how this goes. 500 new buttons. Press the button. I don't know if this is going to make any difference. I feel like a lot of times when crime happens, people don't even dial 911. They try to deal with it themselves. The police arrest everybody. If you do dial 911 and it takes an hour and a half for anybody to show up, what good is it? So I don't know what the panic buttons are going to do. And every time they arrest criminals, they turn around and let them go. Or like with Daniel Penny, right? They were trying to prosecute him because he stopped somebody from being malicious to everybody in a subway car. So I don't know what this is going to do. Maybe it's a good idea. Maybe it's worthless. It's hard to say. Next up, we got lefties losing it to wrap up our news. This one's titled Greta Thunberg's Countrymen Vandalize Tesla Dealerships. Of course, it's going to be a plethora of lefties losing their marbles. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat. See what you hooligans think about panic buttons coming to about 500 New York City bodegas. Russell, flagpole just got ripped off the front of my house. It's that windy, Russell? Holy. Sorry to hear that. Josh 1776, it's time to start welding the dozer. They just need to enforce the laws that they have. They don't lock up criminals and then they wonder why crime is so bad. If they actually held people accountable, people would reconsider when they're deciding whether or not to commit crime. Heard you, sir, a knife fight at work sounds exhilarating. I mean, it is Monday. Zero, Rumble's been acting better. Glad to hear it. Josh 1776. Oh no, my corner store is being robbed. No, I said it's being robbed. This is not Pajit from tech support. I need help. That's terrible. That's terrible. I mean, and just think about being at the police department, right? You're at the police department and you're like, oh no, Steak and Shake's getting robbed again. We're going to have to go back down there. Like, I don't know. It just seems weird. What's the point of having 911 if you have to have emergency buttons? That's what they have in jail. They got a button on the wall. You start getting your ass whooped. Good luck to you trying to reach the button. Like, and it's the same thing in these corner stores. You get held up in the back of the store. You got to run to the front of the store to hit the button. Good luck to you. Era 16 police are an after the fact entity. Yeah, pretty much. They show up after everything's all done. Told to carry bodegas just sound dirty. It sounds explicit to a certain degree. Oh, I see what you're saying, Meta. Devin, leave a message after the chirp. You're smoking me right now. What's up, Teasel? Happy freedom. Russell, having 80 to 90 mile an hour winds. Yeah, you better stay safe, Russell. That's crazy. Just out of nowhere? Do you have tornado warnings where you are? What's up, Cricket Kiss? Happy freedom to you. Well, Meta, I'm sitting here trying to think of a way to fix it for you. It's hard when you have old devices because they won't update the operating system, and that's what creates compatibility issues. Jeez, Russell, it looks good. I'm sorry to hear that the damn wind is destroying your property. It's like a damn protest going on in front of your house. All right, hooligans, let's go ahead and get into this lefties losing it. This is going to wrap up our news, but we got the fun stuff coming up next. Of course. Well, let's hear what Rita's got for us. Like I said, this is titled Greta Thunberg's Countrymen Vandalized Tesla Dealerships. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
It's time for Lefties Losing It, and she's back. The cackler-in-chief Kamala Harris, the woman who squandered $1.8 billion to lose every swing state, the Electoral College and the popular vote. Well, she was back doing what she does best, giggling like a giddy schoolgirl on prom night.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Oh, it's good to be home. Thank you. Oh, hi, I'm Andrea. Hi, everyone. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. And Dougie's here, too.
Dougie's here too. Oh gosh, I really thought we had been unburdened by what has been, but here she is again. Now, this was her first major speech since losing the election in a landslide, and she chose to speak at an event run by a mob called Emerge, an activist group that recruits and trains Democrat women to run for public office. And despite being VP in the administration that caused unprecedented damage to the US, from the border crisis where they allowed millions to flood in illegally each year to presiding over numerous disastrous policies, from Bidenomics to the botched withdrawal from Afghanistan, despite all that, Kamala was full of criticism of the Trump administration, and she told the crowd of lefties losing it that despite the election result, the country belonged to them.
This country is ours. It doesn't belong to whoever is in the White House. It belongs to you.
We love a little stern Kamala, but really that ain't her. She's the word salad queen, and she delivered another doozy with this elephant tale. Yes, elephants. Maybe they understand the significance of the passage of time.
Who saw that video from a couple of weeks ago? The one of the elephants at the San Diego Zoo during the earthquake? Google it if you've not seen it. So that scene has been on my mind. Everybody's asking me what you've been thinking about these days. Well,
Just wow, you dodged a bullet, America. Though I can say this about Kamala, the lady can dance. She's got some moves and she's learnt some more. It's part of how she maintains what they say is her black joy.
So how are you in this moment maintaining your black joy? All right, away. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now cross. All right, there we go.
It's little wonder that White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt had this to say about Kamala's big media day.
Just to add on the Kamala Harris point, I think I speak for everyone at the White House. We encourage Kamala Harris to continue going out and speaking engagements.
Let's have a little trip to Germany now and see how the mad Berliners are protesting against milk. Yes, milk is apparently inhuman and inhumane. Try to see if you can figure out what's happening here.
I love my women and look after them as members of our family with a high standard of welfare you can trust. Just look at these amazing milk producers, real showstoppers.
Let's stay in Europe and go across to Sweden, the land of the little doom goblin herself, Greta Thunberg. And though she's moved on to being an anti-Israeli activist nowadays, some of her fellow countrymen are vandalising Tesla outlets in some, misguided protests against what exactly? And then we had this performance at a Tesla dealership in Stockholm. I think that's all the European tomfoolery I can handle for one day. Let's go to Harvard now. You know, the once prestigious Ivy League school, the pinnacle of academic excellence. Let's see what leftism has done to that institution. Yep, that's a Harvard graduation ceremony which is producing graduates like this.
In this spirit, we call into space all those who are not able to be present with us today. The indigenous people who have been displaced and removed, our people of conscience who are incarcerated and living in exile, our North Stars, Leonard Peltier, Mumia Abu Jabal, Assata Shakur, and every Palestinian prisoner who deserves rest, celebration, and the community that we have.
The institution's commencement views the paper of a Harvard diploma as an opening to the gates of enlightenment. But the people's commencement understands that it is the spirit of resistance as exemplified through the martyrs of Palestine who light the path forward for us all.
The whole class, Free University of Palestine, in the yard, 2024, I salute you.
Let's bring in journalist and filmmaker Ami Horowitz. Ami.
All right, that's Lefties Losing It, and that is wrapping up our news for the day. Like I said, we got the fun stuff coming up next. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent calendar that was sent to us by Hair Juicer. We got our first funny video of the day titled "That Avalanche Isn't Going to Control Itself," and our official funny video of the day is titled "What Is She Going to Do With That?" All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about these lefties losing it. I understand, Russell. Be safe out there. Josh 1776, did they get pepper sprayed? Why are they coughing at a Tesla? I don't know. I don't know what they were coughing about. I guess they got pepper sprayed. I'm not really clear on that. Zero, milk is essential. These people are stupid. They are. They are. Josh 1776, holy shit, turn your phone brightness down. You're going to go blind. Oh, I got to deal with stupid stuff. People are idiots. People allow bad things to happen to themselves, and then after it does, they're always like, fuck you, Jeff Mack. Like, okay, whatever you say. I don't know. People are really stupid. It annoys the piss out of me. For the Texan, they were forcing themselves to puke. Yeah, disgusting. What's up, Brew Joe? Happy freedom to you. Professional victim grifters, they are. That's their whole identity. That's the way it is. Era 16, so many victims, so few issues. Well, they're trying to stay relevant, and they don't have a way to do it because they don't work, they don't earn things, they don't try to be somebody with their life. Nah, it's just, hey, I'm not getting attention, it's time to cry. Just like little kids. That's the way it is. Well, you don't raise your kids, right? They just end up being grown-ass kids. And that's what we're stuck with. Era 16, Klaus boy gets bigger every day. I know. I call him Piglet. He's the big piglet. What's up, Marsh? Happy freedom. Pumpkin, I thought we exiled Harris. I know. We need to do an exorcism to really get rid of her. Told to care my ears. Era 16, my eyes. Yeah, that's all the hyena Harris you need for a whole day. That's a whole dose right there. Zero, I mean, God made boobs and they produce milk. That's enough said, Zero. You're totally right. Hey, thank you for being here, Viola. What's up, McBeefy? Happy freedom to you. The Harvard students sound tarded or something. Yeah, they got something wrong with them. Pag, anyone want to bet that Doug will kiss someone on the lips? I bet it's Hillary. I don't know. You never know where those lips have been. Kissing Jill Handler at the State of the Union address. I'll never get that image out of my head. Meta, yeah, that's fine. Let me see. There you go. Tony Rez, happy No Pants Monday. That's right. Monday's too hard to wear pants. Hooligans Island. What's she gonna do with that chip clip? Oh, no, that's not what it says. I can't read that out loud, but it's close enough. That is close enough. I never thought about that. Women can use the chip clips too. Not the same. Interesting. We're going to have to update our policy on how to use our products. I'm going to have to let Alistair know. We need extra warning labels. What's up, Johnny? Happy freedom. Johnny, the irony is when a drugged out Marxist hops in his Volkswagen van to drive away in his self-righteousness. I don't know what we're going to do with these protesters. What's up, Lee? Happy freedom to you. Cat hair in my eye. Klaus, this is all your fault. I know it's hot in here because Klaus won't even sit on his tower. He's laying here on the floor next to me, sweating. We need to get another AC. We got one, but I need 2 standing ACs because these standing ACs do not work very well for some reason. All right, I think we are good to go. We're going to go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, we got 2 funny videos of the day, and we're going to be opening today's door of the Advent calendar sent to us by Hair Juicer. But first, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description in order to send donations. You could do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Like I said, we're going to open today's door of the Advent calendar sent to us by Hair Juicer. We're getting down to it. I think we only got 4 or 5 doors we ain't open yet. Honestly, it feels like there's nothing in here, but we'll see. Today is day 20. If I could open it, maybe. We'll see how this goes. It's so torn up because I've had to fight with it. This doesn't even have... They didn't... I can't think of what it's called. They did not cut the dotted lines out of this. I gotta just tear it up. Tis what it is. Well, we got something. What is it? What is this? This looks like a cat toy if I've ever seen one. What is it? It's an old car antenna. I don't know what this is for. Klaus Daniels. Whip the cat. I don't know. I don't know what you do with this. You do the thing with it. It's hollow. Maybe you can't even see it. It is hollow. I don't know. I said get back in the car. I don't know. It's a deterrent. It's a deterrent. You guys let me know. What is this thing? Is it a sexy toy? I don't know. We're supposed to survive with this. Can you see through it? Oh, you can see through it. It's not a pipe, though. You don't smoke crack out of this. You stop that. Either way, thank you so much, Hair Juicer. I appreciate you. Interesting. This has been a super interesting Advent calendar. I will say that. All right. Getting on to our funny videos here. Here, Klaus Daniels, you can play with the plastic. You good boy. Let's get this pulled up. Yeah, this is what it is. Wasn't sure. Like, what the hell am I looking at? You ever take her pants off and then think that? Anyways, this first one is titled, "That Avalanche Isn't Going to Control Itself." It's kind of like a feel-good video of the day, I suppose. Everybody likes explosions, as long as it's not your house. Let's get into our official funny video of the day. Now, I got questions. I don't know if this is how everybody gauges produce, but this isn't how I do it. This is titled, "What is she going to do with that?" I have questions. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. But that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to grab this Linktree link really quick and drop it in all of the chats. We're going to read through, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Alright, hooligans, there's the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there, keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, if you get yourself a paid membership, you will have access to the live chat, which has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You will also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums and the arcade and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. And like I said, we now have free memberships over there. So if you would like to be able to use your own profile, post on your own timeline, and check out the forums, you were able to do that for free now. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. 10 Man, the Men of Culture, we meet again. Yeah, I don't know what she was doing. I wasn't sure if that was a zucchini or cucumber or what it was. I couldn't tell. The video was too blurry. But I think she was going to abuse that produce. I'm not quite sure. Zero, those are fun when they set off an avalanche. I mean, I guess that's the way to do it. Bring out the tank. Josh 1776, a fishing pole? I don't know what that thing is. I don't know what it's for. You couldn't use it to defend yourself. The metal's too thin. So I don't know if you could even use it as a fishing pole. I think if a fish was trying to swim away and you're trying to pull it to shore, I think it would fold that metal. Zero, it's a drinking straw? I don't know. It's got like springs inside of it that help when you're untwisting it. Josh 1776, breaking glass. No, couldn't break glass. It wasn't strong enough. Zero dotted line. Yeah, perforations. They didn't perforate today's door. I don't know. Kirsten, it's an antenna from a car. That's exactly what it looks like. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Free the text and a metal pointer. It could be a metal pointer, but I just don't understand what that has to do with survival. Cricket is water filter straw? No, you can see right through it. It's got springs or something in it, but it's not filtration. Brujo, it's an old rabbit ear antenna. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I just don't know why they stuck it in the survival kit. Tiger Jaw, I'm just glad that she didn't put it back after putting it through those things. Yeah. I'm not sure if you got to do all that to tell if the produce is ripe or what she was thinking. Cricket Kiss, you break it, you buy it. Yep, that's right. Hey, thank you for being here, Pumpkin. I appreciate you. Much love to you. Freely text, and I wouldn't ask questions. You'll get answers. That's true. WMM says that all the time. Don't ask questions if you don't want the answers. Air 16, I don't want to know. Cricket Kiss, it helps loosen Klaus's leaves and sticks. No, it won't. It's a survival tool for Klaus. If he'd stop eating things. Stoner, Harry Potter stuff. Yes. Cricket Kiss, magic wand or music baton. That's what we're going to use it for. Bill Clay, I bought a TV that said built-in antenna. I don't know where that is. AOC. Yeah. I don't think she can actually read. Elder Zoomer, radio comms are important for survival. You need the radio, though. Yeah, they sent me the antenna. First step, first steps first. Hair Juicer, it's a crack pipe. I knew it. I knew it. Snugs, get artificial tears. They help your eyes. I guess. I only have problems with my eyes or really my anything when I'm live. Like, oh, you got to go live? All right. Can't clear your throat. Can't see. Muscle spasms. All of it. Sweating to death. Thank you, Meta. I appreciate you being here. Leonardo. Trolling just for the sake of trolling. Whatever you say, Dean. That is something else. What's up, Guy? Happy Freedom. Guy, it's probably one of those crappy batons that they try to sell for self-defense that don't work. The spring-loaded ones. That's what I thought it was at first. Lone Wolf looks like she had a hidden bushel. It's like, ooh, she's stealing. Rhonda, hollow for a fishing pole? I don't think it's strong enough for a fishing pole. Maybe we'll get something in the next couple days that'll make it all make sense. Hey, thank you for being here, Wayward. Hooligan cat and dog collars? That's an interesting idea. I'll see if we can make something like that happen. Thank you for letting me know, Snooks. Boosted Flames, Happy Freedom. Where's Tom Hanks' beach ball? What is his name? Wilson. Where's Wilson? I don't know. You don't want to know what Tom Hanks was doing when the camera weren't rolling, He was making Wilson eat it. It's just not good. Hair 16, you can put an eye out with that thing. That's what they say every time I take it out of my pants, It's rough stuff. Mr. Wilson, yeah, Cheeky Chops. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and ban this idiot. Dumb people doing dumb things. Oh well. Oh well. Anyways, hooligans, it's that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Holy, my eye is on fire. I got cat hair stuck right against my eyeball. Anyways, we're going to read through the chat one last time just to make sure no hooligans are left behind. But we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Yeah, Zero, that's how it went. Free to get texting, you ain't got to brag. Okay, you ain't got to brag. Thank you, Tony Ridge. Hooligans Island, you gotta hold the antenna while wearing your tinfoil hat. I mean, that's one way to get struck by lightning. I don't want the aliens to actually find me. You know, that's the deal there. For the Texan, 3 inches is hell going 90 miles an hour. That's what I told her. Kirsten, if you stick around long enough, you'll hear it. I talk very openly every time we go live. Thank you for being here, Too Old to Care. Thank you, Tony Rez. Thank you, Meta. Appreciate you being here. Cheeky Taps, why are you bringing up Topanga? Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Zero. Thank you, Too Old to Care. All right, Hooligans, like I said, we are wrapping this up, but we'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I really appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for covering the news with me today. Go out there and be safe in the world. Enjoy the nice weather if you have it. If you don't, stay indoors, because who wants to go outside in that mess, right? Either way, enjoy the rest of your day, and please come back tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you Hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.